Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
Usually when a new head coach takes over a pro sports team, there's a transition period for the players and for the coach. That won't be the case with the IceHogs and their new head coach, Jared Nightingale. Nightingale first became an IceHog during the 2013-14 season when he signed with them as a player and a defenseman. The organization thought enough of him that season to make him the team's captain. When his playing career was over, Nightingale returned to Rockford again in 2021 to become an assistant coach under Anders Sorensen. He served in that role for 3 seasons. Now here is Nightingale again on top of the Embassy Suites Rockford overlooking the city, being introduced as the IceHogs head coach.
Thankful, it's no different, some of the same faces when I played here, Mark Bernard, Kyle Davidson was just getting started with the Blackhawks, but it hasn't changed that there's just quality people that work here. I think that's what makes it the most attractive.
Last season, Nightingale had his first head coaching job in the ECHL with the South Carolina Stingrays, an affiliate to the Washington Capitals. He hit a home run. The Stingrays finished with an amazing record of 55-15-5, the best mark in the entire league. It was a tremendous learning experience for him.
It's different. You coaching in the ECHL, you're the general manager. You're constantly working with the salary cap and roster transactions daily. And there's not as big of staffs there. So I felt I had to wear a lot of hats.
Returning to Rockford in the AHL is the next step in Nightingale's growth as a head coach. He has a coaching style that relates well to young players. That's why Kyle Davidson wanted him in Rockford. That's why Mark Bernard wanted him in Rockford.
Jared has a great temperament, loves teaching, loves developing young players, and we know he's going to do a great job for us.
I think you got to be yourself. I've always taken pride even as a player and looked up to coaches that communicated and were honest, open door policy.
Nightingale says he learned a lot from Anders Sorensen, and Nightingale and new Blackhawks head coach Jeff Blashill aren't strangers either. Nightingale played under him in the AHL, so the runway is set for a smooth takeoff for Nightingale and Rockford.
With Blash, I think, we kind of hit the ground running. We know each other, and I know Rockford's a big piece to the Blackhawks' success, and I'm excited to get to know the players and get going.
And by the way, IceHogs interim head coach this past season, Mark Eaton, is still with the Blackhawks. He's returning to his former role as head of player development. That's sports. We'll be right back.